Hello Cloud Pedagogians, welcome back to the lab. In today's lab, you get to start with Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, which is Amazon EC2. You will learn how to launch, connect to and use a Linux instance. An instance is nothing but a virtual server in the AWS cloud. With Amazon EC2, you can set up and configure the operating system and applications that run on your instance. Now it's the time to look at the tasks. First, we will create a Linux EC2 instance. In the task 2, we will try to connect to Linux EC2 instance through AWS console and SSH. In task 3, we will try to change the instance states to understand the life cycle of EC2. If you are ready, let's start with task 1. We will create Linux EC2 instance in the first task. In this, we are intended to help you quickly launch your first instance, so it doesn't cover all possible options. Open your Amazon EC2 console. From the EC2 console dashboard, in the Launch Instance box, choose Launch Instance. Enter a name for your instance. Under Application and OS Images, choose Quick Start and then choose Amazon Linux. This is the operating system for your instance. From Amazon Mission Image, which is AMI, select an HVM version of Amazon Linux 2. Notice that these AMIs are marked free tier eligible. An AMI is a basic configuration that serves as a template for your instance. Under Instance Type, from the Instance Type list, you can select the hardware configuration for your instance. Choose the T2.micro instance type, which is selected by default for you. This instance type is eligible for the free tier. In regions where T2.micro is unavailable, you can use a T3 micro instance under the free tier. Under the key pair, create a new key pair. Give a name for the key pair and click Create. You can see .pem file is downloaded in your Downloads folder. Next, under the network settings, choose Edit. For security group name, you will see that the wizard created and select the security group for you. You can use this security group or you can create a security group for you. Scroll down, keep the default selections for other configuration settings for your instance. Check your configuration of your instance once again, and when you are ready, choose Launch Instance. A confirmation page lets you know that your instance is launching. Choose View All Instances to close the confirmation page and return to the console. On the instance screen, you can view the status of the launch. It takes a short time for an instance to launch. When you launch an instance, its initial state is pending. After the instance starts, its state changes to running and it receives a public DNS name. If the public IPv4 DNS column is hidden, choose the settings icon in the top right corner, toggle on public IPv4 DNS and choose Confirm. It can take a few minutes for the instance to be ready for you to connect to it. Wait for the instance state to change to running and the status check to change to 2x2 check passed. Congratulations, you have successfully created the task 1 by creating the Linux EC2 instance. In the next task, we will see how to connect to this instance through AWS console on SSH. There are many ways to connect to your EC2 Linux instances. Some vary depending on the operating system of the local machine that you connect from. In this, you can learn the ways to connect to your Linux instance. First of all, you need to decide which connection option to use. The connection option to use depends on whether your instance has a public IPv address or not. In the first method, we can go through the Amazon EC2 console. To connect using this method, the instance must have a public IPv4 address. The second method is through the SSH client. If the instance doesn't have a public IP address, you can connect to the instance over a private network using an SSH client. For example, you can connect from within the same VPC or through a VPC connection, Transit Gateway, or AWS Direct Connect. In the first method, we'll try to connect using the Amazon EC2 console. You can connect to an instance using the Amazon EC2 console by selecting the instance from the console and choose to connect using EC2 Instance Connect. Instance Connect handles the permissions and provides a successful connection. To connect using the Amazon EC2 console, the instance must have a public IPv4 address. Here, select the instance and choose Connect. Choose EC2 Instance Connect. Verify the username and choose Connect to open a terminal window. A new terminal window is open and you can see it is connected through EC2 instance. Here we will just create a simple file so that we can cross-verify when we connect through SSH. Create a file with file name and enter some random text. Next, we will see the method 2 using your own key and SSH client. You can use your own SSH key and connect your instance from the SSH client of your choice while using the EC2 Instance Connect API. This enables you to benefit from the Instance Connect capability to push a public key to the instance. This connection method works for the instances with public and also private IP addresses. Locate the private key and set the permissions first. You must know the location of your private key file to connect to your instance. In our case, the file is located in Downloads folder. First, we will open the terminal in our local computer. Go to Downloads folder or where the .pem file is located in your case. Use the chmod command to set the permissions of your private key file so that only you can read it. If you do not set these permissions, then you cannot connect to your instance using this key pair. So, chmod 400 keypairname.pem file. To connect using your instance's public DNS name, go to Instance Connect screen. Select SSH Client tab. Copy the example command and paste in your local terminal. You can see a response like on the screen. Verify the fingerprint for the security reasons and enter S. Now let's see whether the file which we have created through EC2 console is existed here or not. I'm checking ls. As you can see here, the file is there. Let's open the file and see the content. See, the content is the same one which we have created the file through the EC2 console connect. Congratulations! Now you got to know how to connect your EC2 instance in different ways. In the next task, we'll understand the lifecycle of EC2 by changing the instance states. If you launched an instance that is not within the AWS free tier, you will stop incurring charges for that instance as soon as the instance status changes to shutting down or terminated. To keep your instance for later but not incur charges, you can stop the instance now and then start it again later. So go to the left navigation pane, choose Instances and select the instance. Choose the instance state, click Stop Instance. If this option is disabled, either the instance is already stopped or its root device is an instance store volume. When prompted for confirmation, choose Stop. It can take a few minutes for the instance to stop. See, the instance is stopped successfully in the instance state. Again, we'll start the instance which is stopped. To start a stopped instance, select the instance and choose Instance State, click Start Instance. Again, it can take a few minutes for the instance to enter the running state. See, the instance is successfully started. After you have finished looking around, it's the time to terminate your instance so that you don't incur future costs. Click on Choose Instance State. Select Terminate Instance. Congratulations! You have successfully created an EC2 instance and you got to know the ways how to connect with it. Finally, you try to change the instance states so that you don't incur the future costs. I hope the lab was interesting and helpful. See you again in my next video. Until then, take care.